okay, I think we've made it. We've reached the stage where I can unironically sign players from Bayern freaking Munich. Say hello to a certain man that actually used to play for us a while back and is now going to be addressing one of the biggest issues we have at Partizan, and that's our defense. Say hello to Nikola Milinkovic. Come on, you guys should be happy. Smash in the comments. Tell me in the comments that you're happy. This guy is incredible. Yes, he played a lot of good games for Fiorentina. Yes, at the start of the save game, he went to Bayern Munich for 24 million, played 8 games for them. Why did they pick him up? I have no idea, and is now on the way to Partizan, and he's going to be starting today at center back. That's actually incredible. And as you can see, he is one of our own. He's played lots of games, moved on to Fiorentina, became an incredible center back, and he is now one of us. The Serbian international, he's 28 years old. He is my age in this save. He is younger than me. You know what? One day I'm gonna stop reacting to this, but he's got 70 caps, 7 goals for the Serbian national team. He's an immense player. We got good heading, good physicals, good mentals. And the only downside is the wages.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's on 58k a week. Money. Where'd the money go? Hi guys, MrSpaceman reporting for duty, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my FM24 save with Partizan. And yes, Nikola Milinkovic is on a massive, humongous wage benefit package, whatever. Apart from anything else, like obviously his appearance fees, clean sheet bonus, and unused substitute fees are not bad. But 58k per week is immense. He's now earning a fifth of the club's wages, which is immense. But at the same time, he is the player that we need. There weren't that many good center backs that we could pick up on any wages. And anyways, a lot of the center backs that were a bit worse were asking for 30, 40k. And the fact that Milinkovic was, I want to say, quite cheap for how good he is. I think he's an immense player, first of all. But also the fact that literally worse players than him asked for some amount of money. And also the fact that he used to play for us made me want to spend money. And also because we have lots of money. I don't know how it's going to affect a bunch of people coming in, because now our wage budget is going to be through the roof. Because we haven't really sold many of the high wage players, really. I know it's a spoiler, but that's the truth. But anyways, regardless of how much money we've spent on Milinkovic, it's still important to know that we have signed less players than we have sold, which is actually amazing. So it means our finances are good, therefore I'm more comfortable with buying and selling players. We're more buying players than before. But the most important thing, what I wanted to do this year, is also try and scout for some Serbian players from the Serbian leagues as well, and slightly overpay for them. It's a bit of a weird one. I'm trying to increase the level of the Serbian national teams and national leagues as well, particularly. And that's why I've signed a lot of youth players that are kind of good, and I think they could be good. They're obviously not world beaters, but I've signed them for like 2-3 millions, and I'll go through them in a while. But basically that's been my plan for this transfer window, is just try and spread that money a bit more evenly, because usually when you do these saves, all the money you make does not end up in the league. It usually ends up in South America, which is how it always goes. And anyways, I signed some players to South America anyway, so that's not, I'm not saying I don't do it, but it's also nice to be able to give some of the smaller teams some money. But with that in mind, we have signed Darko Mirkovic, and he perfectly resembles the thing I said where, look, he's going to be one of the players that I've picked up just so I can have a good youth player, 4-star potential ability, 2-star coaching. When I signed him, he was 5-star, so my scouts maybe are not particularly the smartest. And I've spent 5 million on him, which is a lot of money. Yes, a lot of money for who he is, but he's got good flair, good technique, good finishing, which is very important. He can play in the attacking midfield role. Yes, once again, for some reason, the Serbian national team is awful for producing fast players. I don't know why. It's not like the Serbians are known for being slow. I don't know, but apparently every single youth midfielder just cannot run to save his life. But it looks quite okay. The only thing I would be worried about is the fact that he's unambitious. But apart from that, I think he's going to be a good player for us. Yes, 5 million is stupid money for him, but at the same time, I have money. Continuing the trend of spreading my money through the Serbian football leagues, I've signed Igor Miladinovic. And the reason why I picked him up is because I saw a news article saying he might be going to Borussia Dortmund. And I was like, if he's good for Borussia, he's definitely good for us. He's a very good player. Actually, I have no idea how I didn't pick up on him. He used to play for Čukarički. We've signed him for 4.2 million, and he kind of looks like a 4.2 million. He, honestly, very, very nice attacking midfielder. my brain instantly thought, can I make him into a wingback on attack? And then I saw his finishing, which is 15, and I thought, maybe not. But at the same time, good crossing, good dribbling, good passing, good tackling, good vision, good positioning, and good physical. So maybe he's going to be doing that. Probably for me, he's going to be that Cariello player. And I think he's actually going to play for us today. But I am going to be training him as a wingback just so I can have some more depth. We haven't sold anyone from the right-hand side yet, and the keyword is yet. But he looks very, very good. I'm excited to bring him into the club. How well was he doing for them? Well, for the past 3 seasons, despite the fact that we dominate the league, he did quite okay. Obviously, not the best in terms of contributions and stuff, but he hasn't got lower than a 7.0 rating in the past 3 years, which is actually quite impressive. So I want to see some of that from him. This guy I am very excited for. Goran Prodanovic also came from Čukarički, also for about 3 million, which is quite a lot of money, but at the same time, it's a lot of money for them, not as much money for us. I mean, I don't really need to say why we signed him. He's tall, he's quite strong already at his age, 20 determination, which is literally the only reason I could sign someone. But anyways, very, very good attacking midfielder. First time I've seen some good physicals in a under 18 player. Beautiful, beautiful mentals, awesome technique, awesome passing. This guy is going to be a future player for us. Like, I'm not even joking. 2-star, 5-star potential. This guy is ready for some first team games. So maybe I'm going to have to rejig the squad to give him some game time. But Goran Prodanovic is going to be a player that's going to smash the leagues in like this year or next year. I guarantee it. So this one is a bit more of a punt. I trust my scouts in this one. A 17-year-old player coming in from Javor for 700k. So that's why I was a bit ready to pull the trigger. In terms of stats, he doesn't look very good. So if I put him straight away on training him to do determination, maybe he can improve better. I don't know how well this will increase. He looks, honestly, if I got him through my youth intake, he would be going out on loan like this quickly. I'm not really impressed by him, but my scouts rate him 5-star potential ability, especially taking into account how good our team is. Maybe he's going to be good. Like, there's nothing good about him in terms of how he is right now, but he's also 17 years old. He doesn't have to be. And for 700k, I can afford to then shift him on to another team later, or maybe he'll develop a bit more. But yeah, that's Milas Janjus for you. I mean, I promised you some South American players, and here we go. We signed a Colombian player who's capped under 20, and I think he's the first proper youth Wonderkid player that I've picked up from South America. He played 27 games for Atlético Nacional, who got relegated last year, but at the age of 17, he scored 17 goals. 1.4 million we paid for him. A very, very, very good looking player. Look at that, 17 finishing, amazing mentals, good passing, good technique. He's ready to play in the first team, I think. I'm teaching him to play an advanced midfielder role just so he can kind of, use that technique in passing a bit more. But he looks really good. A leader, highly determined, very good finishing. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of him. 5-star potential already. Finally, we have a Wonderkid that we signed, and that's not one of our own. And finally, the last signing of this transfer window so far is Oh Hyun-gyu. For all of you that were watching me in FM21, this guy, I signed him for Ulsan, or for Jeju, I don't remember. But he was a Suwon player who was really, 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 really good for me. But in the real life, he went to Celtic, and then he moved on to Bournemouth, obviously in the fictional save. Hasn't done as well in the Premier League, but we managed to pick him up. I know he has very good potential because I've tried to follow his career. I mean, 15 caps for this Korean national team. He could be better. Yes, we're paying him a lot of money. Yes, he's not particularly the best, but for his mentals and his physicals, I think he looks like a very good pressing forward. So if we ever want to switch to like a 2-striker formation or have more wingers, I think he'll be perfect for us. And I just like the fact that we have a South Korean international playing for us. It's quite nice. He's a good player overall. He's driven, which is the most important thing, fairly consistent, which is good. And I think in terms of everything else, he has some potential. The only downside of him is the fact that he's an impact sub, because we signed him for 5 million, which for a striker backup is quite good, especially at this stage. Basically, Bournemouth got 250k from the sale, which is absolutely incredible for them. But he looks very, very good. Good mentals, good determination. Hopefully, if we give him a chance, he'll actually start scoring. And with that in mind, I think he's going to be in the starting lineup for today's game as well. But yeah, just as a reminder, hopefully this episode is not going to be massive. We are doing a double game. We're taking on Wolfsburg, and then we're taking off Fenerbahce, and hopefully picking up 6 points from these 2 games. And we're playing against Patrick Vieira. Oh, and the last thing I forgot to say, Alexander Jovanovic has left the club. He asked if we could go for a move. I said, if only I can get some good money. And 3.4 million for a person who's 33 years old, who's still very, very good. Not gonna lie, he's an amazing goalkeeper. Ignore my scouts, they're just a bit sad that he left. He went to Saudi Arabia to earn money. And in my opinion, he was such a good servant. He's won us a Serbian, well, he's won us a few Serbian cups. He's won us the most important thing, which was the Conference League. He's contributing immensely to the Partizan story that we built here. And at 33-year-old, it's time for him to think about money. And 26.5k per week is quite good for a person who was on like 2k here. So, you know what? Thank you very much for your service. Enjoy your time, earn some money, make up something. And then eventually, when you become a bad manager, you can come back to us. Why is he so bad? But with that in mind, this is going to be a starting lineup. It's going to look so different because we have 3 new players coming in. We're going to have Hudikov in goal. We're going to have Bilic and Milinkovic at the back, which is incredible. Borza on the left-hand side, Belic at the halfback role, Basic on the right-hand side, Stankovic and Milodanovic making his debut for you as a Cariello on the right-hand side, Elilovic, Ohyungyu starting, and Saldania on the right, hopefully cutting in. We have some issues straight away. Basic is under a transfer bid of 9 million from SPO. I forgot the name. I'm not going to try and remember. And Belic is under a transfer offer from OL, which is also quite scary, but most likely he's leaving, which means that we can play younger players in the halfback role. We are completely changing all the players we've done. I think almost now we have Ilic, who's been here when we started. We had Saldani, who was here when we started, and I think Alilovic, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, Popovic is still here as well. And in terms of players that are missing for this game, we're going to have Popovic. I think he's injured. Yes, he's injured. Moinat is injured. Most importantly, however, Stamenic and Nandes are suspended, just like we remember. But hopefully you'll see them for the next game. Right, I hope you guys are excited. Smash that like button if you enjoyed my transfers. I think it's a good build we've done today. Yes, I'm overpaying for a lot of people. Yes, my wages are going through the roof. It's just going to be absolutely insane. But most importantly, I think we are building for the future. We're not bankrupting us. We're going to keep making money. We're going to be in Europe, so we're going to be absolutely great. And the fact that we're selling so many players after another just means that we are going to be in the plus for a very long time, so we can't take those risks with the sales. So yeah, leave me a comment which was your favorite signing, and let's get ready to hopefully beat Wolfsburg today against Patrick Vieira. Let's go! I mean, judging by how long each episode has been for the past few months in terms of games, this is going to be a short one because we're going to have no highlights, but their squad looks... I don't really know many of the Wolfsburg players. I don't recognize many of them, but to be fair, they can say the same thing. Our squad looks very different from the squad that's taken on in the previous games in the Bundesliga. What am I talking about? In the previous games of the Champions League. So it's a bit scary for them. It's a bit scary for us. We don't have the partnerships yet. So I want to see how we're going to perform under pressure today. We do have a free kick as Basic sets it up. And of course, it's not going to go in. It's Basic taking the free kick. I wonder if he's going to go to SPO, whatever the name is, and score a bunch of free kicks. It's going to be hilarious if that's the case. I can kind of imagine him doing that. But he still hasn't scored one for me. It angers me so much as they are on the breakaway from our corner. We only have 2 people back, and as long as we cover this person here, we should be able to hold it off. They're bringing lots of players in. We're not tracking back quick enough as Svanberg brings lots of pace down the line. When jumps up, but Hudikov recovers, and he sets the ball out straight away. That's really quick passing. Can we do something from it? Saldania plays it off all the left to Borza. This is a very nice ping-pong sort of affair. Alilovic on the left-hand side. Can he cross it in? Ohyungyu takes a touch, finds Mladinovic. Look at that. The players are interacting. Ohyungyu, bad pass. And unfortunately, the ping-pong game continues as now they're on the breakaway. Oh, so much excitement already. This is going to be a nice little game as long as we don't concede, as Majer is on the left-hand side or right-hand side. And that's it. Wow. Back-to-back-to-back performances, which is really, really cool, as Arnold takes a free kick and that goes nowhere. I can finally take a break. But yeah, I don't like the fact that they're playing quite nicely with the ball. You know, we've managed to nullify Dortmund, we've managed to nullify Real Madrid, and we're not managing to nullify these guys, as we do manage to take the ball off them, but we're not controlling. The pace is all over the place. We seem to be hitting the ball over and over and over. I think Wolfsburg have come in with lots of energy that we can't seem to replicate. Although we are playing it from the back, they're leaving lots of gaps, which is really important. But at the same time, I guess so are we, as Borza brings it down the left-hand side. Can he put in a nice cross? He can. He's going to find Oh Hyung-Yu. He doesn't. He finds Saldani, who just misses the target. But a wonderful play from Borza, who hopefully will stay at the club because he's currently wanted by a bunch of Saudi teams. And a certain Real Madrid team came sniffing as well, and I told him no. He hasn't been annoyed at me yet, but he doesn't want to sign a contract extension, which kind of sucks. I mean, another highlight starts with them playing it out of the back. It's a bit suspect of what's going to happen. Are they going to create lots of space? So far, I'm not really impressed with our attacking play because we seem to be countering all the time, and yet they find lots of gaps. As Majer finds himself in lots of space, Hudikov saves. Hudikov, is he going to pick it up again? He doesn't. What a weird reaction, but Milinkovic does put a save. He's not doing good on a 6.4 rating. Maybe he's not used to playing Bundesliga opponents, although he played 8 games over 2 years. Of course he isn't. Oh Hyun-gyu does not get to it. We keep forcing the ball. I wonder what's going on. We're not meant to be forcing anything. Maybe that's the issue? I don't know. Do we need to go a bit more shorter? Are they not listening to me? I don't know what's going on. It's a bit weird, but we are having a corner once again as Mladenovic puts a cross in. It's interesting to see who my assistant manager tells to take the corners because now it's different people. As we do have another chance, it gets back to Milanovic, who is going to line up a shot, looks like it, and it just goes over. But a beautiful save from Gabara and a nice little half. More interesting than what we've had before. But at the same time, we're not doing too good. Oh Hyun-gyu is not doing super good. Obviously Stankovic is not doing super good. And it worries me that Milinkovic is not doing good. But Hudikov, he's great. I'm just going to make one change. I'm going to take off Belic and put him in the ball-winning midfielder just so he can run a bit. And I'm going to put Stankovic in the halfback role because I think he's a bit taller and I think he can be a bit better in that role. But let's kick off the second half and see what the hell it leads to. Once again, we start on their highlight. I don't like the fact that this is how we start every single highlight. Maybe this game is going to be a counter-attacking affair. I don't know, but we do intercept it once again as Borza, instead of passing it short, launches it. I need to maybe bring it much shorter because I don't like the fact that this is the way it's happening. I wonder if it's because a lot of these players are new and it is on me to kind of teach them how to do that because it seems like the other players are doing it and Lovro Majer puts a goal kind of against the run of play. That looked like he wasn't going anywhere, this chance. And unfortunately, the fact that we're missing 2 key players means we're down to 1-0 on the 52nd minute. Panic stations everyone. That should have been covered by Borza. It wasn't. Hudikov wasn't ready for it. I don't know why Majer decided to shoot, but a moment of brilliance from him. And yeah, not a good start at all. But we do get a highlight off the back of it. I'm actually not sure what I accepted. Was it the fact that Belic didn't switch with Stankovic yet? I don't know, but we do have something of our own. Will it lead to something or will it be a pointless highlight is something that would be nice to figure out together. But again, I was going to say before we were rudely interrupted by the goal, I think this is down to the fact that the players are not used to playing together. And maybe it would have been something I wouldn't risk if we didn't have 2 massive suspensions and obviously Popovic and Mujinata missing from the striker roles. So we kind of were forced to play new players. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if we had the players that we wanted to have. But so far, not really impressed with the way the new players are settling in. Milanovic is the only one on a decent rating, although we do lose the ball. There's another counterattack. Kaminsky takes a shot and almost goes in. They almost did 2 back-to-back goals against the run of play, and I think it's time for me to make some subs, although there's another highlight. And now we're starting on it. I wonder if it's a mistake to play even more shorter, because we seem to be making more mistakes in that front. Although we're progressing much nicer than I wanted to. Saldana dribbles it down by himself. What's he going to do? Is he going to find anyone? It doesn't look he does. He finds Lilovic, who goes 1-on-1 on the keeper, and he puts it in. And yes, I'm a tactical genius. Look at that. We played it patiently out the back, and a beautiful run of form from Saldana. Run of play from Saldana. Finds Lilovic, finds lots of space. Beautiful finish in the top right corner. We're back to 1-1. I like how... Let's talk about what just happened. I said we did really well with our short passing of the ball. And the only reason we scored the goal is because Saldana took it upon himself to make space. I mean, is he going to keep doing it again? It is Saldana once again on the right-hand side, creating a lot of space. This time losing the ball, but he does collect it again. Basic, can he create something from the right-hand side? Milinkovic, Miladinovic. I mean, the rebuild we've done this year is absolutely incredible, but Borza finds himself in lots of space. What's he going to do? He brings it down, takes a shot, and Andre freaking Borza, stay at the club. Come on, boy. Write in the comments right now. Borza, stay at the freaking club because you are the GOAT and I love you. Beautiful. 2-1. We're back in the game. And the only thing that I've done to change it is the fact that I've told my players to, guys, when I say short passing, I don't mean yeet the bloody ball. But to be fair, both goals came from moments of brilliance. All right, so it's now the 68th minute. A lot of players are a little bit tired. So I'm going to take off Alilovic and I'm going to play... I think I'm going to play Deans in this role here. Yeah, he can play as an attacking midfielder. Hopefully introduce some more creative ability that Alilovic had this game. I'm going to give Oh Hyung-gyu a little bit more time to kind of recover. And I think Saldana is going to stay for now. I'm going to give him some more time. I don't like that Milikovic is not having a good game, but I'm going to risk taking him off as well because I don't like his debut so far. And I think that's going to be the two subs. We're going to have Deans and we're going to have Vitic. Just to kind of address our negative plays for now and a bit tired players as well. I mean, in the first half, we were complaining that all the highlights were starting from them. Now all the highlights start with us, which is also scary because we're playing it out the back. Fortunately, we've had 3 years to build Spaceman ball and the players now know how to pass, which is incredible. As Basic makes a big run from right-hand side all the way to left, takes a shot and my goodness. I'm actually not doing anything. These guys are just good enough to carry everything on their own. They're just built different. And to be fair, the XG game is very, very... Well, we've been very clinical, is probably the best way to put it. We don't deserve to be 2 goals up, but to be fair, neither do they deserve to be, scoring a goal, technically, according to the stats. But we are creating lots of chances as Borza on the left-hand side, on a yellow, who's a bit tired as well, passes it into Klosterman, and not a good play at that at all, as we do lose the ball in the midfield. We need to be careful because we're being drawn out. And Wimmer finds Weah and a beautiful 1-2 play from them. Weah 1-1 with the keeper, and thankfully, Weah's finishing is trash. He's very quick, but he's not the best in terms of finishing. And it's time for us to make some subs. Borza is being isolated, I think. Do I risk Sasa Saranac or do I risk... No, I'm going to put Nikola Antic on. The man knows how to play. We'll use that. I think on the right-hand side, we are going to... I don't want to risk Muinata. I'm going to put Oh Hyung-gyu there, and I'm going to give a debut to Vivieros. I think he's a very, very good player. Hopefully he can, once we play the ball to him, he can actually create something. Not really happy with Oh Hyung-gyu. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I might take him off for Milovanovic, just so I can kind of use his pace. Yes, the tactics are not incredible, but it is what it is. Issue is, we need to make a sub here at some point, so maybe Rodrigo Mora can come on this side. Ah, he can't. I don't have subs. Oh no. Am I happy with this? Am I happy to have it like this? I think I am. It'll be nice. It'll be nice for us to... Let me think. I'm going to take off Saldana. Keep Saldana on the pitch. I know he's tired, but that's okay. And I'm going to put Mora on the right-hand side. We need some fresh players on the wings because we're going to get countered. We're already 2-1 up, so we need to be a bit more careful. So this is going to be our new players. Viviero's making his debut. And apart from that, you know the rest of the guys now. So I guess those substitutions work because we didn't have a single highlight after them. Antic and Mora helped shore down the defense. In terms of the way we played, I'm extremely happy that it's a 2-1 victory to us. We get the 3 points, which means that I think we beat our record. Yes, we have more points than we had last time. But I'm not happy with some of our debuts, with Oh Hyung-gyu on a 6.4 and Milinkovic, weirdly enough, on a 6.4, which I didn't expect. But Miladinovic has showed me that maybe he's the future Cariello for us because he did really, really good. Good assist, I think, for the Borza goal. And he was just quite composed on the ball. Although he did look tiny, which is funny. How tall is he? 160! Oh my god, I didn't realize he's that short. But anyways, a nice victory. Let's get back to the Fenerbahce game, which is literally in 8 days. Ooh, maybe I can do some transfers as well. Right, so it's time for the Fenerbahce game. We're playing at home, and it's breezy, and it's minus 4 degrees Celsius. Wow, that's a bit chilly. In better news, Andrei Borza has the flu. Rodrigo Mora is out with a twisted ankle, and Popovic is still doubtful with a twisted ankle. So we're going to be without those 3 guys for today's game. So with that in mind, Antic is going to have to fill in on the left-hand side, which is good. He is still annoyed that I don't play him enough, although he is unfit because he just came back from injury, which sucks. And Muinata is the same, except he actually is probably one of our better strikers because I'm annoyed at Oh Hyung-gyu for not doing too good. Yeah, that wasn't a good debut. So with that in mind, this is going to be our starting lineup. We're going to have Hudikov in goal. We're going to have Ilic and Milinkovic in the back two. Hopefully, Milinkovic plays better this time. Antic, Stamic, and Nandes on the right-hand side. Bilic and Basic in the midfield. Basic, I'm going to play him here instead of... what's his face? I'm already forgetting the names. Where is he? Where is he? Instead of Miladinovic, just because I think Basic is a better player, and I like Basic. I want him to play a bit more. Up front, we're going to have Alilovic, Moinata, and Saldania, hopefully doing a bit better than we did against Wolfsburg. I mean, yes, we won, but they weren't really involved much, apart from Saldania, who was actually incredibly involved, and I guess Alilovic was involved as well. And up front, we're going to have Alilovic, Moinata, and Saldania, who are hopefully going to continue how well they did in the last game. Obviously, 2 goals coming from our 2 strikers. And Moinata needs to improve our Oh Hyung-gyu. Otherwise, we are in trouble. But anyways, I hope you are excited for today's game. If we win this, I think we have a chance of making it in the top playoff spots. There's a lot of teams kind of close to us. I think we're currently on the 15th spot with 13 points. There's a lot of team on 13 points, and actually there's a lot of team on 16 points this season, which could mean that we're still in this zone here because we didn't win enough games. But at the same time, we won 4 games already, 1 draw and 2 losses, and that puts us here. This is the stupidest thing I have ever seen. Whoever designed this system is an idiot. But anyways, we're taking on Fenerbahce today. I hope you're excited. Let's go.
Let's go, boys!
Oh, it's nice to be playing at home. I'm so tired of playing in other stadiums. Although the way we've done this year is both nice away and home, which is good. We want to keep this. In terms of Fenerbahce, they have a good squad. They have Szymanski, they have Emre Mor, they have Fred, they have Kent, they have Dzeko. More players this time than we recognize from the Wolfsburg side. Not a bad looking side. I mean, Turkish teams have always been massive. They're obviously they're very good teams. Like, you don't even need to argue. They signed some of the best players, I guess, especially on their way out, if that makes sense. I mean, Dzeko was the kind of player that they signed, but they've always been a very good side, and we want to be better. And that being said, they have a highlight within a minute as Kent, who was a FIFA legend a few years ago, plays a quick pass to Fred, who's not a United legend, although they're probably going to miss him now. Ismail on the right-hand side. Is he going to put a goal in? He does. Ismail Yusek's first goal of the season comes on the first minute of this game. That is something that's actually annoying. Who was not marking him? We were completely outnumbered here. It was a very nice set piece. There was not enough players on the left-hand side. I think that's because Antic was in the wall. That's the fault of my set piece coach. And it's 1-0. Not very good, guys. 16 minutes have passed and we haven't done anything since. I feel like we need to do much better. Although Alilovic does find better. Is he going to slot it in? He doesn't, but instead he carries it all the way. Alilovic, hello? The man woke up. The man spent the first half of the season sleeping. And now he's no longer sleeping. The man is the equalizing king. What? Man, this guy's really working hard to try and get a move to like a big, massive team. That was a very nice turn. Very beautiful cut in. And instead of slotting it across, he just slots it between the legs of the keeper, I think. Alilovic. Okay, back to their corner. Oh my god, what is going on? Left, right, left, right. We're going everywhere. Kent, is he going to do another successful goal? He doesn't. But another successful set piece is a bit scary. It looks like they're going to be trying to get us from different kind of set pieces. And Ismail lines up a shot. It's one of those games. It happens to me every single time. The man hasn't scored ever in his career. He scores 2 today. He scores freaking 2 goals. Nandes will be to blame for that. Why is Nandes to blame for that? Was someone meant to be marking him? Who's this? Who's this? Stamenic? Which one's Nandes? Nandes didn't cover. But Ismail scores from outside the box. And I am going to check if he's actually ever scored in his life. He definitely has. Long shots. Okay, not a bad player. Okay, let's stop there. He has scored some goals, which is good. He hasn't scored a single goal this season. And he scored 2 already. I mean, set piece kings unite as Basic steps up and he's going to miss. Yeah, whatever. Not a good half so far. They've had 2 chances. They've scored them both. Set piece. Not a good half so far. They've had 2 goals from set pieces, which is obviously something we need to work for. And in terms of possession and stuff, it looks like we're the much better side. And it looks like they have set up to play for set pieces, which is something that I have completely not acknowledged, but I've ignored this year because I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm not really a fan of set piece stuff because I don't want to work with it. But a beautiful playthrough. Saldania dinks it over the keeper. 2-2. Was that Nandes? Was that Nandes getting an assist for that? Because if that was a beautiful assist and a beautiful dink from Saldania, who is a club legend already. The man is amazing. But that pass, who was that from? That was from Nandes, who cut in the midfield, finds Saldania, who makes a beautiful run inside Esteve. And Irfan Can cannot do enough to cover. But 2-2 just before halftime is exactly what we need. Especially considering with the way we're playing in terms of controlling the play. But if they score a goal just into the end of the half, that would be bad. But if we score, that would be really good. Yes, you come here for this kind of commentary as Antic finds his way down the left-hand side. He's not doing good. And with that, he has done awful. And I'm thinking that it's better to put a 17-year-old or 18-year-old Sasa Saranic on that side instead of him. He's not doing good, man. It hurts me to say he's not doing good. But in terms of everyone else, we're doing good controlling possession. But we're not making much with it. Is it time for some subs? I feel like every single game it's almost time for some subs. But the players have kind of responded minus the way that Antic is playing. So I think it could be worth for me. But it's like substituting Antic for Filipovic. Is that gonna matter much? I mean, Filipovic is better. Oh my god, Antic is regressing a little bit. Oh, he's regressing. That's sad. But I want to keep him at the club. He's got good determination, good leadership. So I want to use that for now. But I think I'm going to take him off of Filipovic. Filipovic is just that bit better. So hopefully he will be able to put a stop to a lot of these counters coming from that side. In better news, Milinkovic is on a 6.7 rating. Which, after a 6.4 rating, is good. Yeah, I mean, if you don't play bad, that's good. That's exactly the kind of commentary I'm coming for today. And these two games, it always happens like this. I love it. When I have just the one game, no highlights. But when I have two games, both games are just full of highlights, which is nice because hopefully you get to enjoy it. Although I didn't enjoy Saldania losing the ball there. Completely unnecessary. They are going to try playing it out by themselves. They're playing very, very fast. And they are using their pace to kind of counter us. They haven't had much of possession, which, I mean, with these kind of passes, you can see why. As Belic tackles Ilić, Mojnata, who's not doing well as well, Ilić makes a run. I will be honest with you right now. This is not something I've practiced. This is not my thing that I've taught. I have two center backs, just two center backs. Ilić wins the header, continues this run. Mojnata manages to find Ilić, although I think Fred knocked it on. And if Ilić didn't continue that run, that would not have been a goal. I've never seen anything like this. This is beautiful. Mojnata gets the assist as well. Absolute legend. What? I've never seen a center back continue a run like that. This was not a corner goal. This was him running from his own half, continuing his run. I'm impressed by Ilić. Ilić is also trying his hardest to go to a European team. You know, I forgot their names already. Markovic left, Simic left, and we also sold Petrovic, which I forgot to tell you about. But he thinks he wants to go as well, which is incredible. Basic. Why do I bother? The keeper passes it out to Saldania. It's our chance. Basic has a chance. Ilić has a chance. Mojnata has a chance. Hits the post. Mojnata, man, the guy is waking up as well. That was his chance. His rating dropped because of that miss. Not good at all. But wow, the game is more fun. The XG is quite high for them as well. I mean, obviously they've scored 2 goals. I'm going to praise the boys. We're doing really good. Defensively, we're doing trash. But at the same time, they had 2 set-piece goals, so I can't really blame them. And I think we're going to make some subs right now. Ilić is going to come off for Lachlan-Deans, who, despite the fact that he's quite good, did really bad last game. And I think I'm going to take off Soufiane Mojnata, and I'm going to put Oh Hyung-gyu on the pitch, just to get some game time as well. And will this mean that Dusan plays less? Yes, potentially. But apart from that, the squad looks good. We're going to leave 2 more subs for if anything happens and we need to respond. And we do have Vivieras on the bench, and we have Milovanovic on the bench if we need to counter. But the boys are doing quite good. And as long as an injury doesn't happen or we concede, I'm happy to end with this team. Although if we go 2-0 up, by 2 goals up, I will make subs happily. As Filipovic is on the left-hand side, finds himself in lots of space. And Alexander Filipovic, the man I brought in at halftime, scores the goal that pretty much guarantees us a victory. Unless we collapse, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Nandes recovered fantastically from last game. And also I think he was bad in this game as well for a majority of the time. 2 assists from him. Filipovic, beautiful run, patient, and a goal. So with that in mind, it's time for some subs. I'm going to take off Saldania and I'm going to bring on Milovanovic just for some game time. So he can run around a bit. And I think also I'm going to take off Basic and I'm going to put on Miladinovic. Because I like the way he played last game. He wants to play more in Europe. I think he's played with Čukarički in Europe before, but not in the Champions League, which is nice for him. And he gets 2 games. And so far, guys, this is a very, very good performance. I was afraid by dropping down to 2-1 that this was going to be the way the cookie crumbled. But apparently, the cookie didn't crumble, and instead, it stuck, and we're now beating Fenerbahce 4-2. Beautiful performance, guys. And we could get one more as Deans is on the counter. Slowly finds Oh Hyung-gyu, who doesn't get to it, unfortunately. I mean, I can't really expect him to do much. He has 15 minutes to play. I'll definitely give him more game time, especially when you're on 17k. But I know he has good potential, and I know he's 24, so he's got some time to kind of get it. And maybe this could be his chance. Can he create something? He finds Miladinovic, who finds Deans, who finds Belic. Oh, beautiful tiki-taka, boys. Filipovic on the left-hand side. Can he create something? Filipovic. Oh boy, Filipovic. My guy just doesn't want to... He doesn't want to age. Very good. I want to keep Antic and I want to keep Filipovic for the rest of their careers at our club because they give very, very good backup options for us. They're very good. As Milinkovic is on the ball, can we get another, guys? Can we get another? Can we get another? Can we get another? No, we can't. Filipovic, another chance. And our best striker this game was Filipovic. Absolutely amazing. Who gets man of the match? Saldania. No, Alilovic gets man of the match. I would have given it to Nandes. He created 2 beautiful goals. And yes, Alilovic did very well for us. Did he get an assist? Is that why? No, just a goal. I mean, beautiful performance from every single person on the team. Much better. 4-2. We have 16 points. What does this mean for our qualification? And unfortunately, we just miss out on the positions. We miss out on goal difference. We scored 11 goals, 7 against. We didn't really score much, but we played really good teams. And 16 points does not guarantee us an easy seed, which is unfortunate. But these are the players that... Excuse me, what is Salzburg doing here? What is Salzburg doing here? Hello? I mean, a lot of their players are definitely going to get poached this year. I can feel it. But not a bad result, guys. We're on 16 points. City didn't make it as well. We are... That's a very good performance from us. That's really, really respectable from Partizan. Second year in a row, we make it further down the Champions League that we maybe can expect to. But very, very nice. Well done, guys. So I think the plan for this episode, I think I'm going to end it here. And for next episode, I'm going to come back to this draw. That's going to be a very nice intro to the video. And then I'm going to be playing that team that we get twice, which is going to be exciting. But we managed to make it quite far. I wonder if we're going to be in seeded places. No, it doesn't. We are first seeds, aren't we? Yes, we are first seeds. Wait, are we? It says first seed here, 16 teams. How does this work? I don't understand how it works. 16 teams. Okay, so you do get the top... I don't understand. But yeah, apparently we're in the top seed. Apparently we should be getting easy teams, but I don't think there's any easy teams this year. Borussia, Sporting, Real San Sebastian, Napoli, OM is on the 20th spot, even though they beat us in the first game. Kind of hilarious. Fiorentina's here, Madrid, Liverpool, Celtic, United. There's no easy teams here. So I guess it doesn't really matter who we get. But at the same time, I'm happy not to get, these guys because they're terrifying. Anyways, thank you for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We've done lots of transfers. We managed to win 2 Champions League games for you guys, which is rare. And we managed to get 10th place in this weird league thing that I absolutely hate. So if that doesn't deserve a like and a subscribe, I don't know what does. So I hope you had a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode where I'm going to find out that I've drawn Liverpool. And I'm going to cry. Bye, guys.